mysterious island. Jack was an ordinary boy who loved reading adventure books. He always dreamed of going on a real adventure, just like the heroes in his books. One summer, his dream came true in the most unexpected way. Jack's uncle, Captain William, was a sailor. He often traveled across the sea and told Jack exciting stories about his journeys. One day, Captain William invited Jack to join him on a short trip to a nearby island. Jack was thrilled and packed his bag immediately. They set sail early in the morning. The sun was shining and the sea was calm. Jack stood on the deck, feeling the fresh breeze on his face. "This is amazing," he said to his uncle. Captain William smiled. "The sea is full of surprises, Jack. Always be ready." After a few hours, dark clouds appeared in the sky. The wind grew stronger and the waves became rough. "Hold on!" Captain William shouted as the boat rocked back and forth. Suddenly, a huge wave crashed into them and Jack lost his balance. He hit his head and everything went black. When Jack opened his eyes, he was lying on a sandy beach. The boat was broken and Captain William was nowhere to be seen. "Uncle William," Jack called, but there was no answer. He felt scared but knew he had to be brave. Jack looked around. The island was covered with thick green trees, and he could hear the sounds of birds and insects. He decided to explore and look for food and water. As he walked, he found a coconut tree. He picked up a coconut from the ground and tried to open it. It was difficult, but after many tries, he managed to crack it and drink the refreshing water inside. After resting, Jack continued his search for his uncle. He followed footprints in the sand, hoping they belonged to Captain William. The footprints led him to a cave. Inside, he saw something surprising, strange symbols on the walls. "What is this place?" Jack wondered. As he examined the symbols, he heard a noise behind him. He turned quickly and saw an old man with long white hair and a beard. The man looked at Jack with kind eyes and said, "Welcome, young traveler. My name is Elias." Jack was both surprised and relieved. "I'm Jack. I was on a boat with my uncle, but we had an accident. Have you seen him?" Elias shook his head. "No, but we can look for him together. First, let's go to my home." Jack followed Elias through the forest. Soon they reached a small hut made of wood and leaves. Inside there was a simple bed, a table, and many old books. Elias gave Jack some fruit and fresh water. "Eat, my boy. You need energy." As Jack ate, he asked, "How did you get here?" Elias smiled. "A long time ago, my ship sank in a storm, just like yours. I survived and found this island. I have lived here ever since." Jack was amazed. "Is there a way to leave?" Elias nodded. "There is a hidden boat on the other side of the island. But first, we must find your uncle." The next morning, Jack and Elias started their search. They walked along the beach, calling Captain William's name. After a while, they found pieces of Jack's boat. Nearby, Jack saw something in the sand. It was his uncle's hat. Excited, Jack shouted, "Uncle William must be close." They followed more footprints that led them to a tall tree. At the top of the tree, they saw a small wooden platform. "Someone built that," Elias said. Jack climbed the tree carefully. When he reached the top, he saw his uncle sitting on the platform. "Uncle William!" Jack cried. Captain William looked surprised. "Jack, you're alive!" Jack helped his uncle climb down. Captain William was weak but happy to see him. "After the accident, I swam to the shore and built this shelter," he explained. Elias smiled. "Now that we are together, let's go to the boat." The three of them walked through the forest. Finally, they reached a hidden cove where an old wooden boat was tied to a tree. "This boat is small but strong. It will take us home," Elias said. Jack and Captain William repaired the boat while Elias gathered food and water. After everything was ready, they set sail. The sea was calm and the journey was smooth. After a few days, they finally saw land. Jack felt so happy to be home. Captain William hugged Elias. "Thank you for saving us." Elias smiled. "The sea brought us together. I will always remember you." As Jack stepped onto the shore, he looked back at the old man. "Will you be okay?" Elias nodded. "I have my island. I am happy here." Jack waved goodbye, feeling grateful for his new friend. He had started his journey as an ordinary boy, but now he had his own adventure to tell. And from that day on, Jack knew that adventure could come when you least expect it. Jack and Captain William returned home, but Jack couldn't stop thinking about Elias and the mysterious island. He started writing down everything that happened. He wanted to share his adventure with others. One day, he showed his story to his teacher. "Jack, this is amazing. You should turn this into a book," she said. Jack worked hard, writing and rewriting his story. He added details about the island, the cave, and the strange symbols. He also described Elias's life and wisdom. Finally, after months of work, his book was finished. When Jack's book was published, people loved it. Children and adults enjoyed reading about his adventure. Some even started looking for the mysterious island themselves. Years later, Jack became a famous writer. He traveled around the world, telling people about his journey. But no matter where he went, he always remembered Elias and the island. One day, Jack returned to the beach where he and Captain William had arrived safely after their adventure. He looked at the horizon and smiled. The sea was calm, just like that day long ago. "Maybe, one day, I'll go back," he whispered. And who knows? Perhaps another adventure was waiting for him just beyond the waves. But the story didn't end there. Jack continued his travels, searching for more mysterious places. He visited ancient temples, sailed to hidden islands, and explored deep forests. Each time, he wrote about his adventures, inspiring more people to explore the world. One day, while exploring a new island, Jack discovered something incredible. Another set of symbols, similar to the ones he had seen in Elias's cave. Could it be a connection to Elias's past? With excitement in his heart, Jack knew that his adventure was far from over. And so Jack's journey continued, proving that the world was full of mysteries, waiting to be discovered. Thank you for reading this exciting story. If you enjoyed it and want to improve your English while exploring more adventures, don't forget to subscribe to our English Edge channel. We bring you fun and engaging stories to help you learn English with ease. See you in the next story.